I waited a long time to get into this Savannah Guthrie thing, and then, honestly, the demonetization kept me busy. So let's talk. Everybody on social media is saying that this Savannah Guthrie thing just doesn't sound right. The first thing that I noticed was that none of these children had their spouses at their side on the videos. If I had to go on TV and plead for my mom's life, my husband would be standing by my side for support, and because he also loved my mom. So that's the first thing that struck me as odd. Then there was the Silence of the Lambs quote by Savannah in the first family video. She is full of kindness and knowledge. Talk to her and you'll see. So my mind went off on a tangent of maybe the killer left some clues about that video, because I looked at Savannah and she really looks distraught. Now, I'm convinced that she should have been an actress. Before you start telling me that I'm heartless or crazy, let me show you some evidence that not one single major media outlet has disclosed. I posted this document all over X, and not one person responded. Many took it down, and now it's becoming clear who's involved in hangout disclosure. I'm hoping people like Megyn Kelly are having their teams follow this, but instead, they are still wasting time with this psyop, while Maxwell and the Clintons are supposed to be testifying before Congress. This alleged kidnapping also pulled all the attention away from the Epstein documents, and they have successfully buried the document connecting Savannah Guthrie to Jeffrey Epstein, and it may be much worse than it appears. There's a document in the recently released Epstein Files. They are two redacted emails. The first was January 7, 2015, and the title was Idea for Jeffrey E., and it was from Kelly Friendly with a redaction of the header. It was to Lawrence H. Summers, also with redactions that could be additional recipients. Let's put a little context to this. Virginia Giuffre first made detailed public allegations in court filings and media interviews in late 2014 and early 2015. So at this exact time, Epstein and Maxwell were emailing about pressure and publicity caused by Giuffre's public statements and interviews. Now, the players. Kelly Friendly was Larry Summers' right-hand woman. She communicated quite a bit with Jeffrey Epstein, and there's even an email asking if she could bring her 11-year-old daughter to the island as she was in St. Thomas and needed a car for Andrew. She doesn't say which Andrew. Larry Summers was the president of Harvard University. Isn't that a shock? So the first email is Kelly to Summers saying, "Perhaps you should suggest Jeffrey talk to Joe Lockhart at the Glover Park Group. He has helped Clinton and General Petraeus." Joe Lockhart is one of the founding partners and served as managing director of the Glover Park Group. So the email on its face shows that Glover Park Group helped both Clinton and General Petraeus. The Glover Park Group was founded in 2001 by ex-Clinton White House staffers, including Joe Lockhart as press secretary, and some of their jobs were communications, media strategy, and crisis management tied to Clinton's circle. You might ask exactly what did the Glover Park Group do for Clinton? They handled the Monica Lewinsky scandal. Regarding General Petraeus, the Glover Park Group provided crisis PR during Petraeus's 2012 extramarital affair scandal, which led to his CIA resignation. 2 months after this email, Petraeus pleaded guilty to mishandling classified information stemming from the affair, and all he got was probation and a fine. Are you beginning to see a trend, and aren't any of the truthers releasing this? I tagged all of them, and not so much as an acknowledgement. In fact, some of them removed the comment from their thread. That's how you find who is controlled. Trump was convicted of 34 criminal charges because he paid a porn star to keep quiet. Clinton got nothing for getting BJs in the White House, and Petraeus got probation and a fine for mishandling classified information. The next day, after Friendly suggested that Glover Park Group could help Epstein, Summers forwarded that email to Jeffrey Epstein and told him, "Not a terrible idea. Direct all scheduling inquiries to my office." So, this is a confirmation that Glover Park Group was a fixer for Clinton and other high-profile people. Now here's what you don't know yet. One of the four founders and ex-Clinton staffer is Michael Feldman, who is none other than Savannah Guthrie's husband. If you search the AI, you will get a response that neither Savannah Guthrie nor her husband Michael Feldman is in the Epstein Files, and it's technically correct. But as I've said, you need to know what and how to query AI. When you search Glover Park Group, you learn that they signed a 6-month contract with Egypt's interim government and is competing with stronger, wealthier, and more versatile lobby groups to influence Congress members, their aides, key officials in the U.S. administration, and media. The link is in the description and it's on page 21. Feldman stayed pretty low-key, but his co-founding partner Larry Summers is mentioned 7,127 times. Most are email metadata and participant logs with very little, if any, message. There's lots of them in Dataset 9, which will be linked. The few messages that do show text discuss girls not getting attached, Trump and the appointment of Barr and other prosecutors. It was like they were closely watching who was being infiltrated into the first Trump administration. There's quite a few group threads that included Woody Allen and others, and it appears to be some kind of coordination of meetings. All of these emails appear to be between Larry Summers and either to or copying an anonymous burner Gmail account used by Epstein or someone in his circle for internal messages, scheduling, or low-profile communication. This is not an easy investigation. When you consider the money behind the Epstein enterprise, it's obvious that extraordinary measures were taken to hide the activity of these high-profile people. Unlike social media platforms, I'm not going to tell you what to think. You have the documents. The last batch of Epstein documents with the Democrats screamed for were released January 30th, 2026. The next day, January 31st, 2026, high-profile Democrat and Trump hater Savannah Guthrie's mother was allegedly kidnapped, and nearly every media outlet stopped covering the Epstein release and were fixated non-stop on Guthrie's mother's kidnapping. To date, 2 different deadlines have passed. No ransom has been paid, no mother has shown up, and now all of a sudden they have released a video of the kidnapper and have the world looking for this person to claim a reward of $50,000. What are your thoughts? Is the Guthrie kidnapping the ultimate distraction, or is it just a coincidence that her husband's company was released the day before in the Epstein Files, as the people who could help Epstein after the Virginia Giuffre depositions were first released? Also, why isn't Megyn Kelly, Sean Hannity, or any conservative media bringing this document to light? Share this video if you want to put an end to this farce. I'll end with this. Be careful who you believe.